Hi, welcome to Ocean Yumi's channel. So I'm doing an early morning one. Right, I'm going to try my best not to do any more carbonation reactions on the wives no more. This is going to be my absolute last. I'm going to try my best not to react that others do it because it is an active case, like Jaded Emperor said. And yeah, I'm basically, I'm not going to be doing no more. This is the last one for real. So let's just hop on this one. So I am going to react to Malia. Now Malia has been through a lot with Nature Boy, and she is trying to campaign to save him or to get money for whatever she needs to do or whatever. So I'm just going to react a little bit and you'll see why I'm reacting to it, because she was really not good at one point. I mean, she is giving Stockholm syndrome right now because she's fighting for the master. And also, I feel that he is giving orders from where he is. It's pretty obvious because they're really going hard doing downloads and trying to tell off the people in Babylon where they are living anyway, what they must do and what they mustn't do. They're playing fake woke at the same time. And on top of that, they feel that their opinions of how they see Babylon or the people is right. They give misinformation as well. But like I said, this is really the last reaction on carbonation. No, the wives anyway. Because they are hurting themselves. So I won't be interfering with the investigation. I will just leave it as it is, and there's other stuff to talk about in the world. There's food shortages of baby formula going on. These women are not even looking at the real events of the world anyway. They're stuck on trying to get someone free who's abused them for a long time. And Immortal Morals, let me put up her name. Is it right? Immortal Morals has made a video showing how bad he has treated Malia, and it is known as DV, or i.e. domestic abuse, and this woman's brain is totally gone. I'm going to talk through some of it. I'm going to give my reaction and then I'm going to leave it like that. So this is a video by Immortal Morals, and let's play it.
You don't exist. Nothing else truly matters but you, and you gaining divine knowledge yourself, and you gaining wisdom of self and understanding what this is. The only thing we're here to do is know thyself. That was in Egyptian times. It was all over the pyramids, all over the walls. It's to know thyself.
You are really giving you are really giving misinformation, because the women in Egypt, from what I know, what I gather, they was able to tell the kings when to go to war. They was able to go into war with the kings at one point because they had to be the men of Egypt. You need to check your history books before. Well, I mean, I think I've forgotten most of the Egyptian history. You think by using Egyptian as a point that you are catching the people you are talking to, but people you are talking to might be already read up already. They might know of certain dynasties in the Egyptian history, centuries. Cleopatra was a woman to be reckoned with. She wielded power. She killed even her own sibling, where she can be powerful. You cannot be referring to Egyptian history without knowing and learning the history of Ramses Immortal, who was a great physician of medicine and stuff like that. They talk about natural herbs and stuff, and the women, i.e. some of them who was concubines, queens, so forth, they work with Egyptian spirituality. What else can I remember? There's a whole load of stuff about Egypt that you don't understand. Now you're in Babylon telling people how to live in Babylon. It's quite sad because you buy from shops like other people. You eat the food that you have not grown from Babylon. So you are, let me get to music, man. While we think on this, what she's saying. She's not making no sense at all. I'll play that one. You are therefore, I don't even like that one either. You are therefore, let's turn it. You are therefore giving misinformation once again. So I'll let her continue.
To keep the three, to keep the knowledge, to enlighten others. Because everyone is a reflection of you. So the information that you have is not to keep it to yourself. It's to tell and teach and proclaim the teachings of the Most High Three God. This is the only message that needs to be brung upon this world to wake up.
She cannot even say the words. Once again, he is a con man. He made a eco village, got people over the eco village, took all their money, ate most of their money, also bought loads of rubbish with the money. He also what you call it? He was a stripper, he was a prostitute, he was a male escort. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. He's not he was not brought to bring anybody message. He came to steal, pillage, take advantage. Yes, that's it. I think I've done it now.
This world to truth. It's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. But you and your higher self. You in oneness. We are in the something that came from the nothing. You can't truly observe yourself or intellectualize who you are. You can't perceive yourself truly for who you are. It's just light perceiving light. You can't truly conceptualize who you are.
You don't know who you are. You've never known who you are. You feel by going through a man. Oh no, is it not jumping? Let me see. Oops. You feel by going through a man that when the what's it verify your existence. He made up the character, or wherever he got the character free God from, and now you lot are just following true by trying to free somebody who the most probably won't come out of prison. You need to go educate. I think you need to heal. You need to go to your son. You are not the spokeswoman of black women, of the black family on a whole, melanated people. And I think that's it. Yeah, I don't even know. But that's from what I can get from this little bit, which they call it a spiritual improv.
You're just in a mental realm, in a mental hologram of your mind, which is a projection of from your DNA. You are just a brain, a spine, and some nerves. You don't truly exist. This reality is 99.9 empty space. It's emptiness. It's zeros and ones. This reality don't exist. So who you trying to appease?
Yeah, she's trying to run the binary code. Foolishness, no, not this foolishness, but she's trying to run the binary code, and she don't even understand what the binary code is herself.
Who you trying to look good for? Who you trying to please yourself for? The only person you should be trying to get back in good graces with is your higher self. Because at the end of your
And what is your higher self? What is your higher self? Do you know what your higher self is? If you had the higher self, you would not be sitting there talking for a person who doesn't even care about you. One, all he's got on his mind is to come out of the position in which he has put himself. You lot then put him in that situation, which I'm sure others have said. He's put himself in that situation, and you're talking about higher self. What is your higher self? Because I don't even think you even know what that is neither.
life cycle, you're going to realize it was just me and three. It was really nobody else. I was really in my mind. I was really in my own reality, here to gain truth and gain awareness of myself, to understand I am God.
Now, if you're God, you will not be sitting in a garden or a backyard doing all this. You would be doing something for the greater good for other people. You would be outside there helping people, doing stuff for people. It's all well and good you're talking about your higher self and your higher this and your higher that. The thing is that when you're doing charity, which is in helping humanity, that alone is a blessing, and you are also giving yourself a blessing. But because you lot are so lost, you're used to someone telling you what to do, you're used to getting, I would say, abused, assaulted, starved out. You're just now starting to look like something, even though the guy put you on OnlyFans. He did unmentionable stuff on social media, which probably will never get deleted. You was the bed wench, and he abused you. The very last time before he got raided, you ran off, or you had an argument, or you wasn't happy with something, and he jumped you on the stairs, and he got the girls to jump you, and you're still trying to talk for someone who really don't care for you. Now, I know that women normally is for the abusers. Yes, they are for the abusers, but you lot are now able to cut your losses and go about your business, or go and see after your STD. Your organs was moved up inside of your body. Your vital load was very high, from what I gathered. There is also videos that can back on that, which I'm going to put on with her video. She's been through a whole lot, this woman, more than the other girls, because she was the one who Velvet had to fight. She was the one who was sick, really, really, really sick. She was so sick, she was so thin. They weren't feeding her, they was calling her granny, all sorts of things, and she is batting for this person. So instead of she pick up herself like what she was going to do before and leave, she's here, sitting here, talking nonsense, not even making sense to her own self.
And I was given a message, I was given a word to teach and to send a broadcast out and to send a message back to my people. That's all.
You lot didn't want to acknowledge your people until when you lot got back in Babylon, where you lot thinking that head wraps and beads is what make you look woke. Right? You didn't care for your people. You didn't care for the mutilated people, as they call it. You didn't care. You didn't business. And now, because you are ordered to put out a message or you download, now you care about your people. It's quite laughable, really, because Nature Boy himself always said, I am not black. I am Instagram. I am this. I am that. He never called himself black, or he's for the melanated people. He may have come from Cyaneta's camp, but he never looked at himself as part of the community. He just see the community as money, dollars, and how to make a quick buck. That's all it is.
All that truly matters. Nothing.
So yeah, man, like I was saying, so people probably looking like, yeah, Malia next to be on.
Now look how sick she looks here. Look how sick she looks.
World news, and she'll be leaving next and all that, and she'll be telling us, you know, he abused me, he did this and that to me. There'd be some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So tell the people right now, while you here on this side, what's going on for real, for real.
I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm on a spiritual path. It's not easy. It's not a peaches and cream.
Being on a spiritual journey doesn't advocate that how about you be looking sick and ill. You're supposed to be one with yourself. The whole idea of being on a spiritual journey is that you go through a holistic thing. You deal with the diet, you deal with the body, you deal with spiritual, what do you call it? I don't know. I can't think of the word. But you deal with, it's holistic. It's the whole body. You do not come down to a skeleton to prove that you are on a spiritual journey. Look at how bad you look in this picture right now. And you are still batting for somebody who does not care for you. He starved you out. He called you names. He have you on camera looking crazy, which is coming up soon on this video. You are hitting your head against a brick wall. You need to stop right now. So I'm going to let play.
Path. You're going to be faced with your demons. You have.
How was you in Babylon? Did you have an attitude in Babylon?
I had attitudes in Babylon. Yeah, I did.
Was you like that with your sisters? How would you told me stories about how you was with your sisters?
It's basically this. It's the same type of vibe I give off because it's my mind. It's the way I perceive situations, and if I perceive them negatively, then I'm going to react out of a negative way or a nasty way, and I'm going to start to defend myself out of my demons. I'm going to start pushing myself away from people. I'm going to start looking at you like you're harming me, or you're doing something to me, or you're the bad guy, or you don't love me, or you don't fuck with me. So I'm going to start pushing you away, and I'm going to start placing myself as a victim. And I'm understanding that that's not a healthy way to look at yourself. Or
look at a pregnant Zoka in the background. It's sad, honestly. They are. There was at a low that time. I remember that time. Zoka was looking all dark. She wasn't glowing as a pregnant woman. Malia's hair was dropping out. She was looking skeleton. You can see her neck, her collarbone. It was all climbing up a mountain, and she almost dropped. It's a lot. It's really a lot. He has done a lot of wickedness to these people, and you know, people say they're brainwashed. Maybe they are brainwashed. Maybe they're broken right now. They will never be the same. I'm just gonna sit back and watch now. I'm not gonna put up no more videos of them. I think this will be the last. Because it's pointless talking to a brick wall. And in West Indian terms, who don't hear will feel. And her son, she don't even go as hard for her own son. She don't go as hard for her own son. Any mother who leaves their son for a man, there is something directly wrong with that woman. She's lucky that how she got relatives that take care of her son, because she's put herself through this crap for what? And she went through it for a very long time, until when they came back to Atlanta, where she was able to eat food, able to eat nice. He took her most places because she holds secrets for him. That's why he took her everywhere with him. So,
a healthy way to put yourself in, because it's no one doing anything to you. You're doing everything to yourself. It's a me versus me journey. It's no one else. It's you. It's literally your war with your mind. So you have to understand that. And I eat shit. I I do everything, but it's still, this journey is still tough. This journey is still hard. So yeah, I'm fucking skinny in this moment. Yes, I am. This shit is not easy. This shit is not fucking.
What's hard about it? What's hard about it?
What's hard about it is
All these women went on a sexcapade to carbonation. They didn't went for nothing else. They talk about, oh, it's not about a namaste and you doing yoga poses and stuff like that. But some people has gone to retreats, gone to places and come back fulfilled. They are not fulfilled, not in the least. They have run from things, they've run from themselves, they've run from whatever situation that it may be. She, on the other hand, she had a baby with her, I think she said her god sister's man. And this is what she's running away from. So in her mind, she believes she has nowhere to go. So they're thinking that spiritual journey is torture, being tortured, being put in a corner, being slapped around. They are not learning nothing from it. They just went for it, like I said, a sexcapade. I still believe that. I still believe that all of them knew he was about that life because he showed that on camera. He always talk about the women, how he does the women, how he did the women, and I feel that's what most of these young women went for. It's a sexcapade. It's a sex cult. It's nothing more. He mixed up information. He changed the Ma'at laws. He called her hermaphrodite. He called her lots of names. There's a video of him saying that how she wants him in prison and she is a bitch, and he cussed her down so bad. She was just sitting there. She was so shocked. She couldn't believe what had happened or how he switched. He switched on her many times, many times. And she's still batting for him. She went through, I don't know how many years of torture and all that. The only reason why he sticks with her as well, because he likes to know the women. He likes their energy, what they hold, what they're about. But he also is a woman beater because he's been doing it for ages. He beat Maisha down to she had a whole blackout. He beat Velvet. He had them surround her in a circle and he beat Velvet. He beat Tanisha. She was on the ground and he kicked her. And this woman is still batting for him. Yeah, yes, she ended up in a hospice and then he take her out. He went to Nola to take her out. He took her medication. He dealt with her so badly, and she's still here. He made them girls rush her, everything.
It's like every 2 seconds you're triggered. Every 2 seconds you got to deal with your demons. Every 2 seconds you got to be like, oh shit, I got to deal with this motherfucking demon. I got to deal with this motherfucking demon. Oh shit, there's another.
But in your Babylon self, you would do what? What would you do?
I would run. I would go in my fucking room. I would watch some TV, give me some popcorn. I would isolate myself. I wouldn't deal with no motherfucking body. And it's like the same setup I'm doing here because it's like I'll be being weak sometimes. I'll be running in the room. I'm like, I'm not about to deal with nobody. I don't want to be triggered. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see any of that shit because I don't want to be triggered. I don't want to be emotionally triggered. I don't want to feel that shit. I don't want to feel like you about to trigger me. So I'm gonna just go over here, deal with myself by my damn self, and go in my room.
So you used to always argue with your sisters before you got here?
Yeah.
And you had an anger problem. You was telling me. And your sisters got anger problem because they motherfuckers ratchet as shit, but they from the hood.
Yeah.
Why you come on this journey?
Now, if you notice, he zoomed on the arguments that she had with her sisters, and she is from the hood, which he is not from the hood. He was adopted by white people in Wagner. If you know the history of Legio, because he's not the free god to me and all that stuff, you know that he was raised by white people. He was adopted, and he wants to be like one of one of the cool gangs. He wants to be known for being in the hood. And now people most probably will come out of ghettos. They don't go back. They don't go to ghettos. They come out of ghettos. And they better themselves. So it's amazing how he zoomed in on that. Because, like I said, I remember watching this. I think this is when Zoka felt faint as well. She felt faint because she wasn't eating as much, being she was a wife of Zola. Solar or Solar. So yes.
I came on this journey for guidance because I didn't get guidance in Babylon. I didn't get help in Babylon. I got a little.
Am I guiding you?
You are guiding me,
but it's not easy.
It's not easy. Like the things that you say, the way you say it, that should be hurting, but it'd be the truth.
Yeah, I ain't gonna take it easy on you. I don't take it easy on nobody. I do it on camera, nigga. Like I'm a real nigga. I ain't never been no nigga that's gonna talk to you sweet. This ain't no sweet shit. You got to be strong out here. I'm not gonna I'm like some people like, oh, but you think it's more than they can bear. I'm like, well, don't come to me. Don't come to me if you don't want that shit real. If you ain't ready to evolve, if you ain't really ready to change, I'm gonna push you to your fucking limit. I'm going to push you to your spirit.
Then another thing he was doing, he was always talking at them. He knows how fast he's talking. He's talking at them so fast. So even if they was able to think to themselves, oh, I better come out of this situation, he never gave them that spot so they can think. He was always talking at them 24/7. He'd be on the internet. I mean, most people be on the internet for long various of times, but because he used the internet as his stream of money and stuff, he'll be talking a whole lot. He never stopped talking. And he'll be talking fast at them too. So they never really had time to think for themselves, I believe, which I feel is a form of torture. You know, if people's being tortured, you know, in the movies when they're being tortured, that they will have them up, sleep deprived, noise going constantly. He was doing that. He was doing forms of torture to them through his speech. Because look how he's talking at her.
Limits. This is not easy. The work that it takes, you can go take ayahuasca. It's not going to be easy. Either way, to really truly heal, you must get rid of everything to your core. Everything must come out. It's not an easy journey. I don't know why people think this is supposed to be, oh, y'all supposed to be in nature living it up. No. You come here to heal first. Then we can live it up when you become the master of your own demons. But until you master yourself, you're going to continue to get hit every time. And you seen Velvet. Y'all was all here? Yeah. I'm not. Yo, hey, they see. Bro.
Then he always refers to Velvet. Now, Velvet, by this time, had gone. She was in NOLA, I think, at the time. Now, every single time he talks to them, because he wants to trigger the women, he brings up Velvet every single time. Every single time. If you look at any of the videos, Velvet name will be brought up. He does that to trigger the women, I feel, as well. And these women, because they're all in competition, when they hear Velvet's name, especially Malia, to say she fought with her on the beach one time, to a point where I think Malia almost drowned in the water. He said to them they have to fight it out. It was like Fight Club, literally, on the beach. Velvet was very mad. She looked crazy. Malia looked all mashed up. She bit her breast, which is why her breast was looking like this. I think her breast was still had infection at this time. So this young lady been through a lot, because she is still young. She's been through a whole lot of stuff, honestly. I don't know why she hasn't packed her stuff and gone to get help, because she will get put in a place. They will, she will get deprogrammed, but it's like she's so stuck thinking that how he's her husband and all this shit, that she feels that she has to be online pleading his case. You don't have to plead his case. You don't have to do it. You can just go look after yourself, because it's going to get tired sooner or later. And when you realize how tired it is when they're coming for the rest of the squad, because they will come for the rest of the squad, because people will say guilty by association. So, and I'm sure many reactors has already said this, and you basically need to look back at these videos, because I'm sure you lot be online watching YouTube and look at how you looked. You looked really bad. Your locks was dropping out. You're only in your 20-something. If you're in your 40s, past it, whatever, that's different. But when you're in your younger years, right, you look healthy. He obviously wanted to take away your youngness out of you, because he didn't live a good life. He wanted to make you suffer how he suffered when he was younger. He was homeless at one point, and he probably went through a whole heap of things that even he hasn't even spoken about, and he's putting you all through. He was putting you all through this. So, you need to just stop batting for someone, like I said, who doesn't care for you. He just wants you. He just wants to be coming out of prison now, or jail, because he's been told what to do. And that's why he's phoning you. Every time he gets a chance to get phone privileges, he'll phone you lot and tell you lot what to do. Like I said, he's the junior Warren Jeffs. So that's exactly what Warren Jeffs was doing. He was still giving orders from the jail. So I'm going to let play.
Bruh. She got faith, and she'll tell you, I kept running from my demons. I already clipped the videos up. You saw it. She kept running. And then every time, here's the thing, right? With Velvet, it was polygamy. That's her trigger. Because her dad and her mom had issues with her dad when she was born. She was born in that environment where her dad was cheating on her mom. Right. So that polygamy triggers her core. It triggers her traumas. Her mother's traumas that her mother just ran away from. Her mother never really dealt with that shit. So she has to deal with it. So the polygamy is something that's just going to manifest every fucking time, whether she, because she has to face her mother's generational curse. So the polygamy was for her. You seen she was just every time she left because of polygamy. Oh, she's spiritual. She can do everything until she triggered. Right. That polygamy triggered her to her core. See, reliving what her mother lived made her like her mother, which had anger problems, and she ran. And the easiest thing to do is make yourself a victim, and you know the trolls gonna promote it. They're gonna say, hell yeah, what'd he do to you? He did this, he did that. So I'm like, yo, I don't understand. And then the family supports you, but we ain't gonna baby you. Ain't nobody here gonna baby you. Why the fuck will we baby you? You know the knowledge. Apply that shit to your demons. And everybody's tough until they got to face their motherfucking demons. Everybody's a tough guy. But no one could, everybody that left here has not been able to face their fucking demons. Period. Out of all the downloads and niggas, all the classes, I'm going to say a name. Boomy.
Oh, what? He talk.
Stop.
Yeah, talk.
I'm bro.
All you gotta do is talk.
I'm going to spirit. We love the person, hate the spirit. Yo, we see people come here. They know, these people know because I make this shit public. They know this is a spiritual path. Y'all my disciples. I'm working on each and every one of y'all individually, and y'all get into it with each other. And y'all can see it. Get triggered all that shit. But you have to come back to the idea and understanding that, listen, it's a spiritual path. And this is what we're doing, the work that no one wants to do. No one wants to leave society, isolate themselves from all of the luxuries and the pleasures of society.
He also looks like a prisoner of war. You know, when you see those pictures of prisoner of war people where they've been starved out till you see the skeletons. Yeah, it is crazy. It's comedy. Yeah, it's come like it, isn't it? It's like prisoner of war. This is POWs looking here. They're POWs. And that's what it's showing. That's what it's giving right now. I don't know whether anybody else have clocked that. If you watch prisoners of war videos, pictures, have you seen the pictures? This is what you'll see. Skeletons. The men's body are smaller. The men's bodies are smaller than their heads are bigger than their bodies. The women's skin is looking dark. There's no gloss. When you're eating healthy, eating raw, or eating a vegan diet or alkaline diet, your skin glows. Your skin glows right the way through. They were in paradise. They can eat any fruit they wanted. They could even grow gardens. Many tribes are growing their stuff, growing their food, formulating tribes, etc. He's there bringing up about velvet and this one and that one. He brings up all of his issues, and they call it generational curses and whatever else they call it. But how are you going to work through a generational curse if you have someone talking at you, telling you about a woman who left them, telling you about polygamy, which he did wrong anyway, telling you about people will talk about me online, but you put all the videos out there. You was filming the tribe 24/7, even to a point where Sheba and I think it was where they call him Ace now, where True was getting put down on IG on a live. You didn't stop it. You didn't say, "Oh, don't say that." You sat there and you let the people put them down. You enjoyed it. You were sadistic in parts, and the women, because they want to eat good or they want to be looked after more special than the others, they was prepared to do whatever they got to do. He did all the most disgusting positions with Malia. Malia was doing stuff that most of the women probably wouldn't even do. What even Velvet herself probably wouldn't even do. And I'm not saying Velvet's perfect herself neither, because I never really liked the child, but he would do the most disgusting stuff with Malia. Malia would just do whatever he wanted her to do, because she believed that by doing all this he will favorite her. She'll be treated differently, she'll be treated better. But even while he's got her there, he was there looking other women. He's probably even looking trans women at one point to bring over to the camp, because he had a fetish for certain types of sexual partners. He still was living his life like he was in Babylon. He still was pretending to be the spiritual guru, which he wasn't. And not all spiritual gurus are perfect, by no means, because we've seen examples of them on the cult series, where they pretend to say that they are spiritual gurus and then they end up being quite devilish, quite torturous people.
Right? All of the distractions, like you said, no one wants to leave and put this before anything else. So guess what? When you come here, you might gain a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And that might be the thing that triggers you. And they always leave with the girlfriend or boyfriend. They go back to their lower self with the girlfriend and boyfriend.
And that's why when they coupled up, when he coupled them up, he would always take the women, because he didn't want the women to go off with the guys He didn't want them to go make their own tribe, to be independent. He wanted them to be underneath him all the time. Listen, right, notice how he refers to, oh, they come over and they want a girlfriend and a boyfriend. But why shouldn't they not want to have a girlfriend or boyfriend? He enticed the men with the women and he enticed the women with the men. So it's quite natural that if you see a good-looking person, you're going to want to go and engage with them or go and create a union with that person. So he more or less catfished people to come over to where he was, and he will make the women look a certain way, and they will look very pretty in the lavish green space, and the men will come over, and then he'll put the men, make them lick their lips, do stripper moves, and the women will come over.
So you come here and you get faced with your very demons. Even y'all, the girlfriend or boyfriend get taken from y'all. They get taken to trigger you, to show you things about yourself, but you stay on the path no matter what. Oh, he took your girl, man. He took your girl. Those are all your demons. You didn't come here for a girlfriend. You came here to work on self. So you got to see yourself. Through other people, they're gonna trigger you. Now, when you see Nana trigger, we sat and we had many times. That's why she always comes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not that she coming back and forth because she wanted a family with a child. That's bullshit. What you don't understand is this is a spiritual journey. She came back because she knew the truth. And she's like, I can't live this life, let y'all live, because I know too much. She know the truth. So she comes back to get back on her spiritual journey. And then reality comes where a circumstance happens, where a girl comes up or another girl, and then we do polygamy. The universe, but the way she breaks that generational curse is that she actually goes through with it and do what her mother, because I asked her a question. I said, Velvet, I said, Nana, listen, if you can go back in the hands of time, what would you tell your mother to do? In that moment, she said, I would tell my mom to stay with my dad and let him be polygamous for the sake of me. I said, what? She said, I would go back in, because they were fighting the whole time. She was in, this is her childhood. Her childhood trauma was her around her mother and father fighting all the time over this nigga trying to be polygamous, trying to be a chief, trying to be Baba G. In Babylon, though. Because they come from that Indian, they got that New Orleans Indian shit. They got the tribal life. She knows about the life. So her mom decided not to do it. She said, fuck this, I'm leaving. She told the story already. So I asked Nana, I said, okay, ask her spiritual God. I said, you listen, now, if you can go back into your childhood and you could tell your mother anything while she's going through her traumas, when she's upset, what would you tell your mother? She said, I would tell my mother to stay with my dad and work it out. That's what she said. And I said, that's what you have to do. You have to stay and face it. The thought of me being with someone else triggers those demons. Triggers those demons. And she met with that demon and she just did not have the strength to face that spiritually, to remove herself from attachment. She said, no, I can't do it. Wake up, she's gone. But no, everyone thinking like, oh, he abused her. He did this to her. He did that to her. No. We all know what's going on. Oh, we know what's going on because people don't see this as a spiritual path and they don't know what spirituality is. They all always
Look at Pisces standing next door to her. How small he looked. He looked so small. So small. And he's a man. So his muscles probably was eating itself.
blow us up anyway. But the spiritual path is not an easy one. You left. You ran from yourself. You call us weak, but no one here has no one's leaving. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong. She said it. The what? You a baby soul. Baby soul, nigga. You a baby soul. So she had a fight with Malia because she was triggered from having to share me with Malia from her generational curse.
Oh, wow.
So she sees her mom. She won't be around her mom for long because it reminds her of what she's going to become.
Yep.
So she's running back to Babylon, but there's nowhere to run because you know the truth. The people around you don't. So when they start talking, you're going to start feeling depleted because you know more than everybody around you. You know the real truth that you're running. There's nowhere to run. You can't hide in Babylon. That's your lower self. So what's going to happen is you're going to isolate yourself again. You're going to find yourself by yourself because you can't deal with yourself because other people are going to show you parts of yourself that you're not willing to deal with. If you deal with a guy, you know your program is going to continue to give you a guy that.
Let's just look at this picture. And this lady is still batting for this guy. Let's look at this picture right now. She looks like an old lady, granny. Them old women, know that old women, when they get older, their face gets slimmer. Their necks, their collarbone sticks out. That's how she looks. That's how she did look, so I say. And that's why, even when she is making the faces, she looks very old in her face. He's aged her. He sucked the living daylights out of her. And he continued to do it.
Will cheat on you. A guy that will do you dirty. A guy that will always show you all. The universe only gives you what you need to grow.
Exactly.
So you can only attract a man that's a fucking player. And if he's not a player, you're not going to be interested. So at the end of the day, you understand what I'm saying to y'all? So we are doing the work here. This is real. It's not a game. And I'm going to push you through. When you start acting in your demons, I'm going to push you through. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the very raw, hurtful truth.
Nothing else really matter. Who am I living my life for? Who am I trying to please? No one but yourself.
You're trying to please someone who doesn't even love you. Who don't even deal with you, did even treated you for who you are. You are batting for somebody to put you through a lot of stuff, and he's still putting you through a lot of stuff because he's doing it remotely. He's doing it through probably True right now and the other men that's there. And you're still talking up for this guy. If Faru even got blasting online and you lot are still batting for this guy, when would it end? Does something major needs to happen again for you lot to stop? And she do look like the woman from Ruthless on here, the way how the thing drips on her. Because I was looking at the picture that I put up of her. Immortal Morals showed a picture of her and the woman from Ruthless, and it is very similar looking. And I haven't seen Ruthless, but from what I gather, the teacher was doing a lot of stuff. He was doing stuff behind whatever he was preaching, and he had them isolated, and he would torture them, and he would do all sorts of things to them. And these ladies have been through exactly that. So Tyler Perry probably saw them online and written the story about the highest and the people that surrounded the highest.
All these false prophets talking about Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Giving your energy to a source that's outside of yourself, that's an invisible God in the sky somewhere. When we clearly have a Messiah, a deity.
He is no Messiah. He's a stripper, a prostitute, an escort. So when you're talking about people's religious doctrines, you are worshipping a man anyway. You're not worshipping something greater than you. The universe is greater than you. The what you call it, as Sister Amma will say, the sky daddy, not necessarily God, not necessarily because there is a higher force that governs everything. So if you put a man in place of that higher force, obviously you get licked down. And that's exactly what's happened.
See right in front of us that we can't see. That we can't supporting us. And fuck all y'all that's out there talking shit about him. Nigga, he helped y'all. He fed y'all asses. He did everything in his power to do everything for y'all. And y'all go turn y'all back on him and talk shit about him. Fuck y'all. We out here doing the fucking work. We out here
And I remember this as well. I remember this when she came on and was shouting at the viewers online, defending him once again. No, she's always defending him, always shouting, trying to talk tough. One time she made a mistake. They were in a parking lot and a woman approached them and he handed her a gun and she was going to obviously go shoot the woman or do her something. So she would have probably gone down for him. So all this shouting and all this being what they feel is acceptable, being ratchet, being whatever, they feel this was acceptable. This is them on their spiritual journey. And I'm going to fast forward this part because in this she's very annoying. She wasn't even eating much. He made her go on camera and showed her food, what she was eating, which wasn't even much.
You cannot throw stones at him. You cannot say that he's all of these things. And then you know what it is? You cannot say he's all of these things when you go over here. But when you come over here, he's so loving. Oh, damn, he's giving me everything I need. He's giving me all this unconditional love. But then you go over there and talk shit. Bitch, you fucked up. But it's cool, though, because you're going to get over here and you got to face your shit. You got to get over here and you got to be faced with yourself again. There's no more running. Like me, I'm talking to myself. No more running. Every 2 seconds, I be want to leave about the door. I be want to try to leave and shit. Say this too hard. I'm too weak for this journey. All it is your demons talking shit in your head. All it is just demons talking nonsense, trying to keep you in your lower self, trying to keep you down, trying to keep you away from being your greatest self. That's all it is. Your demons ain't shit. Fuck them demons. You are able to be one with all of humanity. You can tap into the minds of every individual on this earth plane.
Yeah, you're not saying that you're for humanity, but does nothing to make humanitarian ideas. You don't feed the hungry. He got all that money from Bigo and he went on trips. He traveled all around Virgin Islands. He did a variety of things. You was there right alongside him. Yeah, because remember, you couldn't tell him what to do. Sorry, I've got to take off. So I don't like to see his name tags. So you So if they come for you, how are you going to hack it? Because you are guilty by association. You are still making downloads. And I'm not giving you no advice because it's all on your head. You went there. You had a chance to get away from him when he was in the cul-de-sac when you ran out the house. And then you went back and you knelt on one knee and you said you're sorry. And he still treated you like rubbish after that. So I'm not going to, I'm going to let it play out, actually. Let me just let it play out. And then I'm going to finish.
And to channel that energy through and to speak what everyone is not speaking. You're able to say what everyone is not saying. You're able to connect to the sun. You're able to connect in a way that no one is able to connect. Because you
ready? We ready. Come on here.
Now, even this part here, they was on a balcony. They was going to beat her on a balcony. On a balcony. Now, if someone had fallen off that balcony, what would have happened?
Come on here. Fuck wrong with y'all, nigga. Oh, Malia. Yeah. What's going on? No. What's up? F-Ru ready, nigga. You fucked her birthday up. What's up?
I'm trying to see.
What's up?
I'm not fighting anybody.
And stop acting bougie, motherfucker.
I'd rather get beat up than fight. That's not who I am. I'm a very loving person.
Then why you keep acting like you got a fucking attitude?
Because when I'm in my demons, I get triggered and I go to those spaces of being.
Now, clearly you see the fear in her face. She did not want to fight these women. She did not want to fight them. It was 2 against 1. It was a disadvantage anyway. Plus they're on a balcony. Now, if someone had fallen, what would he have done? Because he would have got done for murder. Accessory to murder. What would he have done if they had really fight on that balcony? What would have happened?
Being prideful and thinking I have it all like that, but that's not who I am. It's a face that shows. That's Aries, but Pisces is very sensitive. It makes me very soft. That's not who I am. Like, they are always there for me.
They ready to handle business. They was with you. They was your sister, nigga. They were trying to stick up for you every day.
Yeah, and I feel that, but I feel like at the same time, I feel like they were against
Call
me,
the cops, nigga. Stop calling the cops and let us handle shit ourselves. That's what's wrong with y'all bitches.
I just want to apologize.
They say you fought Velvet. Why you don't fight F-Ru?
Because we're not. Me and Velvet was there. We're not there. Like, I don't.
Why you keep disrespecting Baba G?
Why you keep disrespecting me? Why you keep being ungrateful?
It's because you trigger me.
I don't give a fuck.
And it seemed like he always made the women fight amongst themselves for his so-called affections, which was none. He would set up the women so they can fight each other. He would do stuff so they can fight each other. But watch what he does later.
Why you keep fucking being ungrateful every fucking day?
It don't fucking matter. You need to look at yourself. Baba G not your enemy. Because when you treat him like one, this was gonna happen.
That's a fact.
Go inside, yo. Go inside, bro. She don't want to fight, yo. Y'all go get dressed for the night. We're going to see the.
But the others that know the truth and that is going against the truth and that is going against God, that is going against the Messiah, that is going against the broadcast, you will be the one that will feel it the most and be condemned by yourself the most.
The same thing as you're pointing a finger outward and tree facing yourself. So you're talking about yourself. And I think I'm going to leave it. I think it's finished now. I'm not going to play the rest because they're all delusional. And I think when reality hits, it'll be too late, right? She's pointing the finger in one direction, and the rest of the fingers are pointing towards herself. But she hasn't clocked that. But she's in her higher self. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to come off. Thank you, Cantessi Baron. I think I said your name right. And yeah, I'm just gonna let's play my thing out because I don't normally do my outro, but we're gonna do it.